Hey guys, it's Chris, and I just want to welcome you to a new series I'm doing. And it's similar to something I've done in the past, but because of my new setup, I've got something better. So, basically, I'm going to be teaching you how to use the Mac with Voiceover. So, I'm going to start first by explaining a bit about Voiceover and demoing a few things. So, Voiceover is a screen reader that comes built into, well, almost every Apple device, and it can be used to access every part of the system. To give you an example, if I wanted to send an iMessage,
Messages.
go ahead and open messages here.
Messages. Window. Edit text. Jabber. Conversations. Table. Howard. Last message. Okay. Interact with converse. Ashley has unread messages. Last message. Then bring him back 3. 1. Stop interacting with converse. Offline. Emoji. Edit text. iMessage. This is a test for a YouTube video. I am currently recording. This is a test for YouTube video. I am currently recording.
Alright, so now that's sent.
QuickTime Player. Screen. Minimize.
Let me minimize QuickTime there. So, a lot of stuff just happened. So, you'll understand once this video is over. Now, I'm warning you, this video is going to be a bit long. But hey, I haven't really had the opportunity to record a long video, but I have a new setup now. So, let's get started. There are 2 ways you can control VoiceOver. Well, 3 ways you can move around with it. Well, it depends on what computer you're on. I'm on a MacBook Air, so I have 3 ways that I can do it, unless you're using a desktop and you have a Magic Trackpad. So, the first way is using the basic VoiceOver commands on the keyboard. When you hear someone referring to VoiceOver commands, you're going to most likely hear them say VO keys. Now, your VO keys are your screen reader modifier keys. For example, if I want to move right 1 item, I would say hit VO right arrow. Your VO keys are your control.
Stop recording button.
No, I don't want to do that.
Line in. Input from Finder. Finder. Desktop.
There we go. Let me move to my Finder so I don't accidentally do that. So I'm going to open a new Finder window by hitting Command N.
New Finder window. All my files window. All my.
So if I want to move to the sidebar, I would move to the left. So that would be VO left. So I'm going to hold down my Control key, my Option key, and hit my left arrow.
Vertical splitter.
Okay, one more time.
Sidebar. Table. Row 3 of 24. All my files selected.
Alright, so here's one thing.
You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
Yeah, so here's one thing you guys are going to want to know about the Mac's interface. And I will go into this more in another video. This video is specifically for VoiceOver. Now, things on the Mac are grouped into objects usually. So here we have the sidebar object.
01. Axe of the Dwarven King.txt. Plain text document. Quick nav on. Selection added to doc. Vertical splitter. Sidebar. Table. Row 3 of 24. All my.
So there's the sidebar group.
Vertical splitter.
The vertical splitter group.
All my files group.
And the All My Files group. If you actually want to drill down into that, the hint will actually tell you how. But anyway, it helps if you have multiple elements in a window, because you can just jump from element to element and you don't have to move through every single element from, within that group to move to another one. So I want to go back to my sidebar.
Vertical splitter. Sidebar. Table. Row 3 of 24. All my files selected. Messages. Sarah Pat Nod. Sure.
Now listen to
Vertical splitter.
listen to it.
Sidebar. Table. Row 3 of 24. All my files. Selected.
It's going to give you a hint.
You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
Control, Option, which are your voiceover keys, Shift, and down arrow. Now, those are basic voiceover commands. And if you want to learn them, you can use the voiceover quick
Messages. Sarah. Nod. You were planning.
If you want to learn a faster way of navigating with voiceover, you can either use something called QuickNav, or you can use your trackpad commanders. I use a combination of both. So when I'm doing something, I'm going to be using my trackpad commanders just because that's what I use. But I will also give you the associated QuickNav command. So to interact with the sidebar on the trackpad, I'm going to do a 2-finger swipe to the right. And to interact with QuickNav using your arrow keys, you press the down and the right arrow at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and interact.
Interact with sidebar table, row 3, selected.
Now, I want to move down.
You are currently on a text element inside of a table. To navigate the cells within a table, press Control, Option, and then up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, or right arrow.
See, it's going to give you hints on the basic voiceover command, so I'm not going to go too much over that. But I'm going to swipe down with 1 finger on the trackpad to move up and down the items in the sidebar, because the sidebar is just made up of a group of items stacked on top of one another. Alternately, you can use left or right arrow to go down and up respectively.
AirDrop. Applications. Desktop. Applications.
So, here I am on the applications.
You are currently on a text element inside of a table. To navigate the cells within a table, press Control, Option, and then up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, or right arrow.
I want to actually go into my applications folder to see what I have installed. So, to stop interacting with the touchpad commander, you can do a 2-finger swipe to the left.
Stop interacting with sidebar table, row 5 of 24. Applications, selected.
Alternately, you can press the down arrow and left arrow at the same time.
You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
I'm going to go ahead and swipe to the right to get to the applications folder.
Vertical splitter. Image browser group.
And I'm going to interact with it.
Interact with image browser group. 45 items, App Store application.
And all I really have to do is, if I want to hear all the apps I have installed, just swipe to the right to go between them.
Automator application. Calculator application. Calendar application. YouTube to MP3 application. Chess application.
Now, did you hear that little stereo bloop bloop? But basically what happens is it makes that noise when you move to a new line. Now, say I want to access a specific application. Like if I want to access the App Store, all you really have to do is type app.
App Store application. Facebook. New notification. And
there you go. So I'm going to stop interacting.
Stop interacting with image.
And go ahead and close this out.
Close window. Desktop.
You pretty much know almost everything you need to know to effectively use VoiceOver. But I'm going to take you to the Voiceover Utility to show you some of the stuff that you can use. Or better yet, I think I'm going to go through the Quickstart guide. Because I super messed up and I thought the VoiceOver Quickstart guide was actually VoiceOver speaking and it was just an audio recording. My stuff didn't catch it. So, through the magical power of editing, I'm going to skip past all that stuff and get to the important stuff now. What I am going to do is slow my VoiceOver down.
Pitch 50%. Rate 50%. 40%. 45%.
That's alright. I'm actually going to show you how I just did that. So, hold down your VO keys, hold down your command key, which is just to the left of the spacebar, and press your right arrow.
Pitch 50%.
Now, you want to keep your hands pressed down on the VO and the command key. Because if you press up arrow,
55%. 50%.
you can adjust it. So I'm going to go through all of them.
Volume 100%. Intonation 50%. Voice Alex.
And you can actually...
Fred. Bruce.
Kelly. Vicky. Victoria. Victoria. Vicky. Kelly.
Bruce. Fred.
Alex. Alex.
keep going.
Rate 45%.
And here we are. So now I'm going to show you what voiceover settings are available and what they do.
Interact with grid. Safari. Voiceover Utility. Finder. Voiceover Utility. Voiceover Utility. Window. Toolbar.
Alright, so
Utility categories. Table. Row 1 of 10. General. Selected.
let's start with the general category.
Speak the following greeting after login. Welcome to OS 10. Voiceover is on. Content selected. Greeting. Edit text.
You can make that whatever you want. All you have to do is select all.
You are currently on a text field.
Sorry about that. When you're on text fields and there's already populated data, you just select all and hit your backspace key to delete it, then type in what you want.
Display welcome dialog when voiceover starts. Unchecked checkbox.
Now, if you want that, that's fine, but...
You are currently on a checkbox.
Sorry about that. Often... Actually, I'm going to let that read it.
Welcome to display welcome dialog when voiceover starts. Unchecked checkbox. You are currently on a checkbox. To select or deselect this checkbox, press Control Option Space.
Alright, so I usually have that unchecked, but do with it what you will.
Portable preferences off. Image.
Alright, portable preferences. I use those actually because
You are currently on image.
if I'm going to go and use someone's Mac, I'm going to be used to my settings. I'm going to be used to my custom commanders. So if you load your portable preferences onto a flash drive and plug it into another Mac, the second you start VoiceOver, VoiceOver will actually detect those preferences.
Portable preferences off. Portable preferences let you take your voiceover preferences with you wherever you go. Setup button. Allow voiceover to be controlled with Apple Script. Unchecked checkbox.
I'm actually going to check that.
Checked. Allow voiceover to be controlled with Apple Script checkbox. Help button.
And there's the extensive help. So I'm going to go back.
Portable preferences toolbar. Utility categories table row 1 of
That was a custom commander I just used. I'll show you how to set those up in a minute.
Interact with utility categories table row 1 selected. Verbosity. Stop interacting with utility categories table row 2 of 10. Verbosity selected. Speech selected tab 1 of 5.
There are actually multiple tabs, so let's go through each one of these tabs.
Braille tab 2 of text tab 3 of announcements tab 4 of 5. Hints tab 5 of 5.
We're going to stay on speech.
Default speech verbosity. Medium default speech verbosity pop-up button.
And I'm going to go ahead and let VoiceOver speak.
You are currently on a pop-up button. To display a list of options, press Control Option Space. The help tab is choose how much detail is spoken when describing an item. Additional speech verbosity options. Unchecked checkbox.
You can use that to bring up additional options, but I'm not going to.
Help button. Help button.
So let's move on to the next tab.
Braille tab. Speech utility categories. Braille tab 2 of 5. Press Braille tab 2 of 5. Braille.
Oh, I pressed it by...
You are currently on a tab 2 of 5. To select this option, press Control Option Space.
Well, there you go. Either Control Option Space, single finger double tap, or up arrow and down arrow.
Text tab 3 of announcements tab hints tab default Braille verbosity. High default Braille verbosity pop-up button. Menu checkmark high. Medium. Low. Low default Braille verbosity pop-up button. Additional Braille verbosity options. Unchecked checkbox.
Okay, so that's the same. Let's move on to the next tab.
Text tab Braille text tab 3 of 5. Press text tab, 3 of 5. Text, announce, hints tab, punctuation, sum, punctuation, pop-up button.
You can use that to change how much punctuation voiceover.
You are currently on a pop-up button.
Actually says.
Repeated punctuation. First 3 times, repeated punctuation, pop-up button. While typing speak. Words, while typing speak, pop-up button.
I'm actually going to change that.
Menu checkmark, words.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Words, while typing when moving the cursor. Speak text the cursor passes, when moving the cursor, pop-up button.
Leave that.
When text attributes change. Do nothing, when text attributes change, pop-up button. When encountering a misspelled word. Speak attributes, when encountering a misspelled word, pop-up button. When encountering a link/attachment. Speak, when encountering a link/attachment, pop-up button. Red numbers as digits, red numbers as, pop-up button. When reading a capital letter. Change pitch, when reading a capital letter, pop-up button. When deleting text. Change pitch, when deleting text, pop-up button. Words are separated by punctuation and white space. Words are separated by pop-up button. Help button.
Alright, let's go to the next tab. And it'll actually be faster if I use my custom.
You are currently on a button. To click the
to move all the way to the top of the window.
toolbar. Utility categories, speech, grid, text, announcements tab, 4 of 5. Press announcements tab, 4, announcements. Announce when mouse cursor enters a window, unchecked checkbox.
I'm actually going to check
Checked,
that.
announce when mouse cursor enters a window, checkbox. Announce when a modifier key is pressed, unchecked checkbox.
Oh, that would be so annoying. Annoying.
Announce when the caps lock key is pressed, checked checkbox. Speak header when navigating across a table row, checked checkbox. Automatically speak text in dialog boxes, checked checkbox. Append phonetic pronunciation to single characters, unchecked checkbox. When status text changes under voiceover cursor. Play tone, when status text changes under voiceover cursor, pop-up button. Menu, speak text. Speak text, when status text changes under voiceover cursor, pop-up button. When progress indicator changes under voiceover cursor. Play tone, when progress indicator changes under voiceover cursor, pop-up button. Speak size and position in inches, speak size and position in, pop-up button. Speak text under mouse after delay, unchecked, 0.4 seconds, speak short, long, help button.
Okay.
Toolbar. Hints tab, announcements, hints, announcements, selected tab, hints, press, hints tab, hints. Speak instructions for using the item in the voiceover cursor, checked checkbox. When an item has a help tag. Speak help tag, when an item has a help tag, pop-up button. Speak hints after delay. 5 seconds, speak hints after delay, slider.
Oh, I have to change.
Interact with slider, 5.5 seconds. 4 seconds. 2.1 seconds. 1.6, 0.7 sec, 1.2 seconds. Stop interact, short, long, help button. You are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control, Option, Space.
Oh, much better. Okay.
Toolbar. Utility category.
Let's move on to the next category.
Interact with, utility, speech. Stop interacting with, utility voices. Selected tab, 1 of 2. Pronunciation tab, 2 of 2.
So there are only 2.
You are currently on a tab, 2 of 2. To select this option, press Control, Option, Space. Mute speech, unchecked checkbox.
Oh dear.
You are currently on a check.
Well, I can do that, but watch this.
Unchecked, mute speech checkbox.
There's actually a trackpad shortcut. Those of you who use iOS will know it, but if you don't, it's a 3-finger double tap.
Voiceover muted. Unchecked, mute speech checkbox. Category. Voice. Rate. Pitch. Volume. Intonation. Default. Alex, default voice pop-up button. 4-5, content selected, default rate, edit text.
See, basically,
You are currently on a text field.
Here are things that you can change in that shortcut.
Default rate, stepper. 50, content select, default pitch, stepper. 100, content select, default volume, stepper. 50, content, default intonation, stepper. Additional voice options, help button. Additional voice options, unchecked checkbox. Help button. Toolbar. Pronunciation tab, 2. Press pronunciation tab, 2. Pronunciation. Pronunciations table. Add button. You are currently on a button.
Here, this is kind of like a pronunciation dictionary. And I'm not going to mess with that. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You just go through it and add stuff and type how you want VoiceOver to pronounce things.
Toolbar. Utility. Interact with. Navigation.
Navigation.
Stop interacting.
This is where it gets fun. All right. So I'm going to teach you how I set my... Sorry about the mic rubbing. I'm going to teach you how I set my custom trackpad commanders.
Initial position of VoiceOver cursor. Utility categories table. Row 4 of 10. Navigation. Select.
Actually, this isn't it. Hold on.
Initial position of VoiceOver cursor. Keyboard focused item. Initial position of VoiceOver cursor. Pop-up button. Keyboard focus follows VoiceOver cursor. Checkbox. VoiceOver cursor follows keyboard focus. Checkbox. Insertion point follows VoiceOver cursor. Checkbox. VoiceOver cursor follows insertion point. Checkbox. Mouse pointer. Ignores VoiceOver cursor. Mouse pointer. Pop-up button. Allow cursor wrapping. Unchecked checkbox. Skip redundant labels. Unchecked checkbox. Automatically interact when using tab key. Checkbox. Enable fast searching. Unchecked checkbox. Right command key. Dim pop-up. Help button. You are toolbar. Utility web. You stop interacting with utility categories. Navigation. Selected tab. 1 of 3. Page loading tab. 2 of 3. Web router tab. 3 of 3.
All right. So before we continue, I'm going to explain what the router is. Let me actually sit up and lean forward, so maybe my microphone will stop rubbing. But anyway, a router is a short way to get through VoiceOver items. So there are 2 ways I do it. I either take my fingers and rotate them on the trackpad, 2 fingers, and if you do that right, you'll hear this.
Word. Characters.
And you can go the opposite direction.
Words. Navigation. Characters. Words. Navigation.
And to navigate like this, you swipe up and down.
Web router tab. 3 of 3. Word. Characters. W. E. B.
Alternatively, you can use the arrow keys. So to rotor to the right or clockwise, use the up arrow plus right arrow.
N. Words. Navigation. Characters.
And
You are currently on a text element.
You press the up and left arrow.
Navigation. Words.
And to actually navigate via words, use the up and down arrow.
Navigate. Web pages.
Alright, so let's continue.
DOM order navigate web pages by. Selected grouping items navigate web pages by. Radio button. 2 of. When navigating web tables. Group items within when navigating web tables. Unchecked checkbox. Speak column and row numbers. Checkbox. Navigate images. Always. Navigate images. Pop-up button. Menu checkmark. Always. Checkmark. Always. You. Always. Checkmark. Always. Enable live regions. Checkbox. Help button. You are tool. Utility categories. Table. Row. Navigation. Selected tab. Page loading tab. 2 of 3.
Go to page loading.
Press page loading tab. Page loading. When loading a new web page. Speak web page summary when loading a new web page. Unchecked checkbox. Move the VoiceOver cursor to it when loading a new web page. Checkbox. Automatically speak the web page when loading a new web page. Checkbox. While web page loads. Speak progress while web page loads. Pop-up button. Help button.
Okay.
Tool. Page loading. Web router tab. 3 of 3. You are currently on a tab. Press web router. Web router. Select a item order. Select a checkbox to enable or disable an item. To reorder the items, use command, up arrow and command, down arrow. Item order table. You are currently on a table. Interact with item order table. Row 1. Links. Links. You are current. Links. Checked. Check. Box. Item order headings. Checkbox. Buttons. Checkbox. Text fields. Checkbox. Visited links. Checkbox. Form controls. Unchecked checkbox. Web spots. Unchecked checkbox. Tables. Unchecked checkbox. Landmarks. Unchecked checkbox. Auto web spots. Unchecked checkbox. Frames. Unchecked checkbox. Images. Unchecked checkbox. Lines. Unchecked checkbox. Lists. unchecked checkbox. Live regions, unchecked check. Non-visited links, unchecked checkbox. Static text, unchecked checkbox. Radio groups, unchecked checkbox. Checkboxes, unchecked checkbox. Checkboxes, unchecked check. Stop interacting.
Alright, so as you can see, there's lots of customization as far as the rotor goes. Now, the web rotor only works in Safari, but when you're on a web page, as you can see, you can rotor through all of those options and either swipe up or down to move forward and back, or use the up and down arrows to do the same thing, of course, to move through the items in that rotor. So,
Utility category. Interact with utility. Web. Stop interacting with utility categories. Table. Row 5 of 10. Web. Navigation tab. 1 of 3. Press navigation tab. 1 of 3. Navigate. Page loading tab. 2 of. Web rotor tab. 3 of. Navigation. Utility category. Interact with. Web. Web. Sound. Stop interacting with utility. Mute sound effects. Unchecked checkbox.
if you
You
do
are
that,
currently
you
on a
can
checkbox.
actually get rid of all of the triggering sounds when you perform a command correctly.
Enable audio ducking. Checked checkbox.
Audio ducking
You are currently on a
is when you're
checkbox.
listening to music and VoiceOver actually dims itself.
Enable positional audio. Unchecked checkbox. Output device. Soundflower 2CH. Output device. Pop-up button.
Now,
You are currently on a
that
pop-up
would
button.
be your speakers, but I have to have it set to Soundflower, so QuickTime will capture VoiceOver.
Help button. Toolbar. Utility category. Interact with. Sound. Character. Navigation. Visuals. Stop interacting with utility. VoiceOver cursor. Selected tab. 1 of 5. Caption panel tab. 2 of 5. Braille panel tab. Touch tab. 4. Menus tab. 5 of 5.
And
You are currently on a tab. Show VoiceOver cursor magnification. Toolbar. Commanders. Stop interacting with.
commanders.
Trackpad. Selected tab. 1 of 4.
So I'm only going.
You are currently on a tab.
Trackpad commanders, because creating custom commanders for all the other tabs is virtually the same.
Numpad tab. 2 of 4. Keyboard tab. 3 of 4. Quick nav tab. 4 of 4. Enable trackpad commander. Checked checkbox.
Now,
You are currently on a checkbox.
there are two ways you can do that. You can either navigate all the way to the VoiceOver Utilities window and do it that way, or you can hold down your VO keys and rotor to the right to turn it on,
Trackpad commander is already on.
or to the left to turn it off.
Finder. Desktop. Plus trackpad commander on. VoiceOver utility. Automatically select items in lists and tables. Unchecked checkbox. Pause speech when not touching the trackpad. Unchecked checkbox. Scroll gesture moves content instead of scroll bar. Checked checkbox. Assign commands button.
Now,
You are currently on a button. To click.
let's go here and make a new commander.
Interact with dialog. For window, VoiceOver utility, select the modifier key, then assign a command to a gesture. Unmodified, built-in VoiceOver gestures cannot be changed. Select the modifier key, then assign a command to a gesture. No modifier, modifier key, pop-up button.
So,
You are currently on a pop-up button.
to pick your modifier key, which is what I always do, because if I just have straight up gestures, I could accidentally do it. So,
Menu checkmark, no modifier. Command.
I always use command.
You are currently on a menu item.
Command,
Option.
option,
Control.
control,
Shift. Shift.
shift.
Command. Command. Trackpad gesture command table.
Now,
You are
here
currently on a table.
you can go through all of the trackpad commands. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to find someone.
Interact with trackpad gesture. Command flick left. Row 1. Command go left and wrap to next line menu button. Trackpad gesture. Command flick right. You are currently. Command go right and wrap to next line menu button. Trackpad gesture. Command flick down. Command go to end menu button.
And then
You are currently on a menu button.
bottom of a window,
Trackpad gesture. Command flick up. Command go to beginning menu button.
and that goes to the very beginning of a window. Those are the two commands that I use the most.
Trackpad gesture. Command 2 finger flick left. Command menu button.
And there's
You are currently on a menu button.
but I don't like that very much.
Trackpad gesture. Command 2 finger flick right. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 2 finger flick down. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 2 finger flick up. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 3 finger flick left. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 3 finger flick right. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 3 finger flick down. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 3 finger flick up. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 4 finger flick left. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, trackpad gesture, Command pinch open. Command open application, Yirufukiru menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command pinch close. Command open application, Skype menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command rotate counterclockwise. Command decrease volume. Trackpad gesture, Command rotate clockwise. Command increase volume menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command secondary click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command double click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command double secondary click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command triple click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command triple secondary click. Command menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 2 finger tap. Command open application, messages menu button. Trackpad gesture, Command 3 finger tap. Command open application, Safari menu. Trackpad gesture, Command double tap. Command menu button. You are currently on a menu button. Menu. General, submenu. Information, submenu. Navigation, submenu. Text, submenu. Web, submenu. Find, submenu.
So as you can see,
You are currently on a menu item.
set a lot of things for this.
Tables, submenu. Size and position, submenu. Audio, submenu. Braille, audio, audio, submenu. Copy last phrase to clipboard. You are currently on a menu item. Decrease intonation. Decrease pitch. Decrease rate. Decrease speech attribute. Decrease volume. Increase intonation. Increase pitch. Increase rate. Increase speech attribute value. Increase volume. Mute sound toggle. Mute speech toggle. Mute voiceover toggle. Next speech attribute. Pause or resume speaking. Previous speech attribute. Repeat last phrase. Save last phrase to desktop. Save last phrase to desktop as audio file. You are currently on a menu item.
Wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Menu, audio, submenu. Braille, submenu. Visuals, submenu. Hotspots, submenu. Custom commands, submenu.
Let's go to custom commands.
You are currently on a menu item. Open utility, ellipsis. Open application, ellipsis. Back, dimmed button. You are interact with dialog, icon view, list view, radio, column view, radio, cover flow view, arrange, menu, applications, search text field, sidebar, table, row 4 of 20, vertical splitter. Image browse, audio hijack pro, app store application. You are currently on QuickTime player application.
I'm going to choose QuickTime.
You are currently on trackpad gesture commands table, row 29 of 34, trackpad gesture, command. Open finder item, QuickTime player application, done, default button.
Click done.
Assign commands button.
And there we go.
Scroll, pause, automatically enable toolbar. Utility cat, interact, braille. You, activities. Activities. Stop interacting with.
Let me explain activities. Basically, you can go into the activities window, choose an application, and set specific voiceover options for that application. Now, it's pretty easy to set up, so I'm not going to go into it, but that's just kind of a rundown of all of the voiceover customization you have. Now, if you want to learn more about voiceover, I highly recommend you go through the Voiceover Quickstart guide. If you go to System Preferences, like this, you can get to the menu bar by doing either a 2-finger double tap on the top of your touchpad or pressing VO plus M.
Menu bar, Apple. Apple menu. About this Mac. Software update ellipsis. App Store ellipsis. System preferences ellipsis.
Go here.
System preferences. Preference panes scroll area.
Interact with the preference.
You are current. Interact with preference.
Go to accessibility. I'm just going to type
Accessibility button. Press accessibility features table. Voiceover image. Selected. Voiceover provides spoken and braille descriptions of items on the computer screen and provides control of the computer through the use of the keyboard. Toggle voiceover. You are currently on a text up. Command F5. Toggle voiceover. Enable voiceover. Checkbox. Open voiceover training button.
And there it
You
is.
are currently on the button to click.
I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. If you would like me to do a tutorial on any Mac or iOS app, inbox me, comment on the video, let me know. If you would like to email me, my email is accesstechmedia@gmail.com. That's accesstechmedia@gmail.com. Also, if you want to follow my YouTube channel's Twitter, it's Access Tech Media. Just search it, you should find me. I have it set so that every time I upload a video, it will show automatically on that Twitter. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy.